What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
And I'm Shawn.
And together, we are speaking the language of bromance. Shawn, you and I...
Are we, or are we speaking the language of romance?
We are. Because, you know, Shawn, I would say that you and I have a very strong connection.
Mm-hmm. It's one that you can always see. It's like true north. It's like the North Star.
Yeah.
You never miss it. You look up, you find the Big Dipper, find the tail of the Big Dipper, or you look for Orion's belt, because that's the only two things I know where to find.
There's a Big Dipper and a Little Dipper and Orion's belt, and there's a bowl.
I don't know if I can.
And there's a
find
crab. You know the crab?
Yeah, it takes a lot of an imagination to like look up there and see those things and be like, that's a crab. Because if you look at some of the like line drawings from like olden times, it's like you guys took some liberties there.
I mean, yeah. But at the same time, I mean, you could, I don't know. I feel like when it comes to finding constellations, I feel like, you know, like I could draw anything up there if I'm just connecting, if all I'm doing is connecting dots.
Yeah, and back then,
and I'm kind of sad that the best they could come up with is like a stick figure and a fucking crab.
That's really true, because they had really good wine back then, right? Like it was super fermented and like borderline.
Oh my god,
arsenic.
Can you imagine like tripping balls? Like you take like some fucking like shrooms, you know, and you're up there and you're staring at the scar. They probably saw an actual fucking crab. That's what they
probably.
Yeah. And they're like, well, no, fucking seriously, it clawed at me.
Back then when being a philosopher actually paid money.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Who are you? I'm Socrates, and I'm gonna philosoph the shit out of this.
Don't you mess with fucking Socrates.
It's like this philosophy seems like bullshit. It's like, well, do you see a fucking crab up there? Because I do.
This is my student Aristotle.
Have you ever like had anything romantic under the stars? Because I feel like that's a little overrated.
I mean, I've done plenty of romantic things at night.
Yeah, but like going out under the stars and you look at it, and like you see a falling star, and you lean over to your lady friend and you're like, I made a wish. She's like, it was for a blowjob, wasn't it? Yeah.
Guilty.
I can't tell you because then it won't come true.
Well, I already know, so it's not going to come true.
Oh, now I'm just cold and horny.
I wished for a different girlfriend. No, I don't think I have ever had a night. I've never done anything romantically with the specific purpose of being under the stars.
Yeah, I guess I was meaning more like you were under the stars, maybe just hanging out, and all of a sudden the moment just kind of hit you, like those Cialis commercial? Cialis, yeah, like the Cialis
While listening to a smooth jazz concert?
Yeah, and then you're like, hey, let's go to our bathtubs that are outside for some random freaking reason.
Let me take you behind the porta potties, bitch. I didn't take this pill for nothing. Look, a shooting star. Guess what I wished for?
But the rock concert's going on. It says 3 hours, but I don't believe it.
Shawn, I'm going to talk to you today about something super special that I discovered on Reddit that I thought had gone the way of the dodo, but it hadn't. It's not. It's not there. It's still there, Shawn.
Internet's a funny place. You think something's gone, but it comes back.
Oh, internet never fails to let me down. So, what I have for you today, Shawn, is I'm going to read you some. So you remember Craigslist? You've been on Craigslist, right? Did you ever sell anything on Craigslist?
Just my body.
Did you ever buy anything off of Craigslist?
My body.
I bought a camper off of Craigslist.
I remember that's when. Oh, that is like going way back in time. 'Cause that's when he took to California. Right? Yeah. When the whole world was saying "stay in your box."
Yeah.
And you got a camper said, "No, I'm going to California and I'm going to become a big movie star."
And I went to the president of Hollywood.
Yeah. He said, "I want to be a movie star."
Yeah, and I said, "Put me in your picture." And he said, "Nobody smokes cigars anymore. The 30s are over."
He said, "Did you see that falling star?" And you're like, "Yeah." He's like, "You know what I wished for?" Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Weinstein, I know what you wished for.
We were breaking stories before the TMZ.
God damn it.
And there Richard was.
Shot in the mouth.
Hanging out with Harvey Weinstein. And then he went over next door to see Mr. Lewis. Said, you won't guess what just happened. He's like, hey, why are you over here? You want to watch me?
I mean, I got nothing else going on.
Hollywood's weird.
I hate shooting stars.
That's funny because that's what I call this.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ah, got on my shoe.
So, Shawn, on Craigslist, there was a section of Craigslist called Misconnections.
It's where you go to the grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah.
You reach for a peach. Another person reaches for a peach and your hands touch.
Mm-hmm.
You have a moment.
And then they leave. And then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, shit.
You know what's weird is like you think about that. Like I always like my first thought wouldn't be like, I'm gonna put this on the internet. Because what are the odds that somebody would go to Misconnections hoping that they saw your misconnection and then reach back out to you? Do you think that ever worked?
I'm sure. I bet it did. I bet it did.
Think so?
Yeah, I do.
Never worked for me.
I have hope.
Like
I have hope in humanity.
When I was single, like I would just like any time I like had a moment with somebody, I just put a misconnection.
I
out
know. I know. I got plenty of emails.
there. Yeah. Like, hey, not Richard. Sorry. Spell correction.
It's, you just draw a line through my name.
We were
Bob.
at our game day, and you rolled a 20 to my heart.
Critical hit. Right in the feels.
Oh, look, when you crit, you get a special bonus, and my pants fell down.
Yeah. So Shawn, I'm gonna read you. So if you go to Misconnections now, it's not that anymore, Shawn. It's been swallowed up by something else because there was another section that used to be on Craigslist called Casual Encounters. And so what Casual Encounters was on Craigslist is that's where you would go if you it was Tinder before Tinder.
So you'd be like, hey, does anybody want to play a game of Risk this weekend?
Right.
Okay.
And then you would put down your contact information, and then people would send you pictures of their Risk game and say, do you want me to bring my pieces? And then you would say yay or nay.
That's weird. Why would they bring their pieces? Because then their pieces will get mixed up with your pieces, and then all shenanigans will break loose. And then they'll be like, I didn't know you had extra pieces. And then your significant other comes in and says, hey, why are you guys mixing pieces up? This will take hours to clean up.
Where are my pieces at?
Oh, we just finished the game. Oh.
Typical. I don't know if it's because you're so good at it or so bad at it.
Either way, I'm the loser.
So Shawn, I did manage to so Casual Encounters, like I said, it was basically the hookup place. Like you would go and you would post and be like, hey, I'm down to fuck, like somebody come over, or I'll go to you, whatever you want, And
oh shit, that all has moved to Tinder and stuff like that.
Exactly.
There's no like internet place where you're just like, hey, I'm DTF. It's like, why don't you just use an app like a human being?
Yeah, exactly.
Not Craigslist like a savage.
Right. Yeah. So, but then Craigslist got rid of Casual Encounters, and the reason is because there was a very big chance it could go badly. So they got rid of the whole Casual Encounters bit on Craigslist. Problem is those people who posted on Casual Encounters, they were still DTF, Shawn.
Well, it's probably kind of like the Star Wars bit on Craigslist now too. It's like, hey, I've got a Darth Vader that needs a Death Star.
Yeah.
To stick its lightsaber in. Yeah, you think it's a free lightsaber, Richard? It's not. You have to pay for it.
And it's a penis.
Well, it's not turning on. Oh.
So,
you just force choked me.
I didn't force it because you didn't ask properly. Um, so obviously those people were still DTF, and so they needed somewhere to go, and so basically they just kind of swallowed up the misconnections section on Craigslist. However, I did manage to find a couple jewels, a couple diamonds in the rough of that. All right. So I scoured, and I've got a list. I've got some I'm gonna read to you, and I just just give me your reactions, okay? Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. All right. I have one. Here we go. Married, 36, white guy.
Do you have to specify? That seems kind of racy to me.
By racy, you mean racist?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Because, well, I'll get to why. But married, 36, white guy here looking for a plumber to help with plumbing issues. Looking for black pipe, but other types will work. New to the plumbing scene, so not much experience.
I don't think he's using the right Craigslist. There should be more of like a handyman section.
Craigslist? I thought this was Angie's list. I thought this is where you posted to get a contractor. No, I'm getting this pictures of black dick.
Oh, I called him up. All I'm doing is getting railed, and my plumbing's still not fixed.
And all these, yeah, exactly. And all these guys are like, I know you wanted a plumber, but why'd you specify that you were a white guy? Like that didn't need to. You didn't need to say that in order to get plumbing done. But yes, I do feel like you have to specify because, and I don't feel like it's racist because I feel like you're just noting a sexual preference.
I gotcha.
And you're putting yourself out there, like saying, like, hey, I'm a white guy. So if you're not into white guys, obviously I am out of.
Or is it more like you're like, hey, I'm a white guy, and everybody just stays away?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, we know there's 90% white dudes on here.
So yeah, so Shawn, I'm pretty sure that this guy posted on the completely wrong site, and bad things probably. Well, I mean, I guess it depends.
So he put this on Casual Encounters?
This is on Misconnections.
Or Misconnections? Yeah, that doesn't even sound like a misconnection.
No, it's not a misconnection at all. He's looking for a plumber. Maybe
Those
he saw a
moderators.
plumber. Maybe he was in Home Depot and he was having trouble with this plumbing, and he saw a plumber walk by, but he didn't want to talk to him because he felt intimidated because he was a black guy and he's there with his wife and he doesn't want to seem like he doesn't know anything. And so then he comes on here and he's like,
oh, yeah.
I need a plumber.
And that guy just randomly catches like, oh my God, I can totally clean your pipes. Your wife will be so happy. I will
She'll
clog
be
those
fucking
things.
thrilled. Babe,
My bill's
good news,
pretty high.
the drain got cleared, number one.
Everything will just come
Yeah.
right on out.
Number two, I'm into dudes now.
I'm glad you found yourself, Chuck.
Number three, get out. I don't need you anymore. I have a new boyfriend and a plumber.
You know what? That's not a bad thing, really. It's like, you know what, Susan? What happened is Stevie over here came over, unclogged the pipes. You know what he found? He found your fucking Wookiee hair. He doesn't have hair. He's bald, and I have short hair. Get the fuck out, Susan. And I'm keeping the kids. We don't have any kids. I meant the fur babies.
So yeah, married 36 white guy. He's just looking for some black pipe. He's looking for a plumber.
God,
He's new to the plumbing scene, Shawn. So he does not have experience with the plumbing.
I feel like jumping on Craigslist, that's like oh, this is my first time kind of
I feel
thing.
like that's kind of jumping into the deep end, right?
Yeah,
like if you're
that's not
going
your
straight
first
from
time.
like, I don't know about this to putting stuff on Craigslist.
Yeah, you're gonna YouTube that.
I feel like either A, you're in a situation, it's easy to put yourself in a bad situation, and or B, you were completely lying about saying that you're new to the plumbing scene.
Oh yeah. If you have that plumber come over, he's like, "Hey, have you ever been able to handle a double joint before?" You're like, sure."
Yeah.
That's when bad things happen.
Yeah.
Spills happen. There can usually be some like damages, and if you're not careful, you might hurt yourself, and then there's bleeding. It's dangerous.
Although I do feel like this guy is new to the plumbing scene, because this entire ad is one giant euphemism, and I don't feel like someone that has seasoned experience would talk in this extended euphemism.
Yeah. I still feel like that's kind of, yeah. Like maybe go to a club, a Home Depot tutorials day, test the waters a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I moved on to the next one, and I read it. The first time I read it, I instantly bursted out laughing. And you're going to know the moment where you did where I did. Okay. So
is this still on Craigslist, or is this
is
now?
I'm still on Craigslist. No, I'm not looking. This is all Craigslist. Okay. So okay, here we go. Black male, and he's trying to release 21, looking for white twinks. Now you know what that is, right?
That's a small
dude, right? Small, kind of skinny dude. So black male trying to release. He's 21. He's looking for white twinks.
Richard, what's he trying to release? Is he like trying to like release animals back in the nature?
He's got a clog in his plumbing, Shawn. That's what's.
Oh no, he's got a little gopher that he needs to take, and he needs a small person to carry it through a little hole to put it back with its family. Lemmy wings.
Isn't that Tiddlywinks?
Oh, I thought it was Lemmy Wings.
I don't know. Black male trying to release. He's 21, looking for white twinks, clean, young, and fit, and also bring ice cream.
Richard, I'm thinking that maybe I did like college wrong, because is that an option? Is that a thing? Can you literally be like, "Hey, I'm DTF.
Also, bring me food."
Yeah, bring me some ice cream. Oh my God, it's
like Tinder DoorDash had a baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, I think I just figured out the new hottest app.
Yeah. I don't know what you call it, but it's like, "Hey, when I come over to Bang, what snack should I bring? Pizza." What would your snack be? Mine's pizza.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess it would depend on what we're doing. Chinese food wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I mean, cold Chinese would probably be all right.
I don't know about cold Chinese. I can't do noodles.
I don't know. After like, that's the only kind of noodles
just
I like,
like
Chinese noodles. After having releasing.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like you do that and then you eat it, and then you still feel like it doesn't, sit there, and so you still feel like.
What do you do with Thai food? Thai food's mostly noodles.
They got curries.
But those are you talking like the coconut thing?
Yeah, they got curries and stuff that I do. I do those with rice.
That's not bad. Mine always, like in college, like afterwards, it was always cold pizza. Go back in 2 a.m, grab like 2 slices of pizza.
That's a good point, Shawn. I think this is a really good app idea, because and here's the thing. Okay, consider this. Let's say that you're not the most attractive man in the world. Hypothetically, of course. But you still, you want to meet somebody. You want to, it's Saturday night. You want to go out, or not even go out. You want to meet somebody. You want to get off, right?
Ooh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's your rating. It's like, do you go and get food on the way, or are you the person that likes food delivered to you?
So what if you're the person delivering the food? Ooh, and so let's say you're not that attractive. You get some really good fucking food. Like you get some like high dollar shit. Be like, "Hey, I know I'm not the most attractive guy in the world, but I went to this steakhouse, and so
I got 2 filet mignons, some great
Yeah.
twice baked potatoes, mac and cheese, some amazing rolls.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do. Like, you set up your account, and that's what you pick. Like, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to get fucking McDonald's or Taco Bell. And so people
Yeah, that's
might
what the
pick
hot
that, be
guys
like,
get. The hot guys get like tacos.
Yeah. Because, yeah, it's a picture of their abs and then 6 tacos.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm bringing.
Yeah. Be like, I'm going to eat this and this isn't going to change. And you're like,
Fucking
fuck
genetic
you, guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. And then
And
she's
you know
like, I
what?
totally am. And then you're like, oh.
Yeah. But you can still bring the steak over afterwards.
Oh.
Do I get to watch?
Only
Sure.
if you feed me the steak while you.
Worth it.
But yeah, think about that.
What would you call it, though? I can't even think of a good name.
Down to food.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Down to fooder. Down to food. Get the food. Yeah, down the food.
But then you just, I mean, obviously you call it DTF.
Yeah.
But then
Down
when
to
people are
food.
like
That's not
DTF
bad.
and you're like, yeah, down to food. What'd you think it meant?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, well, we just bring food. We don't always
See,
have to
because you
have
can't
sex,
obviously
but we
say
bring food.
like, oh, the only reason you're on the site is because you want to fuck. You got to say, oh, this is a DoorDash thing, but the guy, like the person that you pick that's bringing the food will stay there and hang out with you.
Yeah. Oh, man, so many dudes could get their pizza like fantasy or chicks. Like, I'm going to order this
Oh
pizza.
shit! Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Ding dong, did you order the extra sausage?
Oh
and then,
my
like Chad
fucking-
walks in behind her.
This is actually kind of a decent idea. This is
Yeah.
kind of a hot idea.
You have to be careful though. Like you get the pizza, but you do order the extra sausage. It's just 2 dudes that show up.
Yeah.
But I mean, you'd be like, hey,
But I feel like that's kind of a buyer beware thing.
yeah. But I mean, you'd be like, hey, we at least got the pizza. You guys want to play video games? They're like, no, we're DTF. Yeah, you're down to
Yeah.
food.
Thanks for the
No,
food. Slam.
We're DTF.
Because because also if we did that, then would the drivers get tipped?
I mean, they would get a tip.
I don't get it.
Well, they'll come inside and then they'll be like, hey, where's the tip? And you'll be like, it's in the bathroom. I'm having plumbing issues.
Did you break the ice cream?
You know, too, like that you could definitely get away with this for a while too. Because the wife would be like, what's this DTF?
Yeah.
You were sick. No. You were out of town. I needed to get some food.
Yeah.
So I ordered it from DTF.
Down to food. What'd you think
Why
it meant?
Why are all their orders $69? Oh, I don't know. That's weird. I never thought about that. Service fees, am I right? Fucking Ticketmaster.
God damn it. So yeah, black male, and he's looking for white twinks, clean, young, and fit, when they have to bring ice cream. And every time
Did he specify flavor?
he did not specify flavor, he just says, and also bring ice
Ooh.
cream.
You know, that actually could be the deal breaker, because like maybe that's his test. When they show up, if they've got like vanilla, it's like, oh, this is gonna be
Oh,
kinda
that's a
plain.
good point.
Chocolate, it's like, oh yeah. Neapolitan's like, get the fuck
What
out.
if they got like a dilly bar? Or are they bringing? Do you think they want to bring like what if they bring like just like a 5-gallon bucket?
I don't know. I mean, well, if they do that in like waffle cones, it's like, pff, you're in. I'm kind of plain when it comes to ice cream. Like I like vanilla and like cookie dough, and that's pretty much it.
I'm kind of a chocolate freak. Okay, so Shawn, so this next one is slightly creepy, so I'm gonna read it in a creepier voice. Okay?
I need you to come over and bring a rope. What's the rope?
And ice cream.
Melted ice cream. You sick son of a bitch.
I don't think you'll see this. I don't think you will see this. But the blonde with tattoos in Walmart around 11:30 a.m. on Friday. We've seen each other 2 times. I'll talk to you if you're interested into getting to know each other. Mail me back. Let me know what color my hoodie was and what you're baking tonight.
Because I know I'm in the living room. God damn it, John. How'd you know how to use the internet? Laura, you said you wanted me to be
It's off this new app. Your son raves about it.
DTF, down to food. That's not what that means, John. That's not what the college kids say. What else would it mean?
I don't get it.
Down to fart. Sick kids.
Yeah, that one's a little creepy because he's like, what you was baking tonight?
That's a dude that's got a calendar. It's like, I saw you 11:30 on Tuesday.
Exactly. He's like around 11:30 on Friday.
Man, world's creepy. And Walmart too. Walmart adds the creep factor to
Yeah,
it.
see, I feel like saying that you were in the Walmart, like I feel like that kind of adds to it. Like I was watching you while you were shopping.
I mean, honestly, if it was like Target, you'd be like, oh, okay. But Walmart, you're
Target's nice. I feel safe
Target's
here.
nice.
Target's. You say is Target like the cul-de-sac of
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
of department stores?
It's like you pay a little extra, but you feel a little safer.
Okay, you know what? That's an apt metaphor. It's an apt metaphor. So yeah, that one's a little creepy. Not a fan. Not a fan of that one.
Do they show reply? I guess they probably private message anybody if they see.
Yeah,
them.
most of these like they'll have like an email that's attached to it, or what they do is they'll put their phone number, but they arrange it so that way like a bot can't pull the number. Like they'll type the numbers out and then like change like the case on them, or they'll add characters.
Oh, okay.
So
they don't get like random phone calls.
Yeah, exactly. So one will be like at NE, so it looks like one, but it's not, you know.
Did you ever see Joyride?
No.
It had Paul Walker in it.
Okay.
And they're basically driving cross country to pick up his girlfriend, and they're fucking around on a CB with truckers.
Okay.
And they had one that like they pretend to be a girl, and he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for something," like a voice you just did. And he's like, "Oh, I'm Candy Cane. I wanna be your lot lizard." But it turns out he's like faking it, and trucker gets mad and kills him or whatever.
Oh shit!
I feel like what you just read, because I said like, do you think people fuck with these guys? And that's like a scary movie. Like you fuck with somebody like this, and all of a sudden you see some weird dude in a trucker hat knock on your door with some ice cream. He's like, "Hey, I'm DTF.
I was just picking up my meal for the evening, and then I'm gonna post on DTF."
that ice cream bucket's closed. Yeah, I'm gonna put my leftovers in it.
That's where the waffles go.
Spoiler alert, your spleen's gonna be on top of it.
So this one's honestly, I found this one and I wanted to read this one because this one's just sweet, you know, it's just nice. This one is titled Missy at Waffle House.
Oh, he knows her name.
I know, right? Missy and Waffle House. Every time I see you, my heart and eyes just melt. I think you are the most beautiful young lady I've ever seen in my life. If you're not attached and interested as you get this message, please reply back.
You know what this is, Richard?
That is...
Missy is like 19. This dude's like 75.
Oh, don't sully this. That's sweet.
I mean, honestly, like if you're like, oh man, I think we had a connection, just write your number on their seat or a little note. If it's meant to be, she'll give you a call.
Well, especially considering like I'm getting the impression that this person has seen Missy more than once at the Waffle House. If he's saying like you're Missy at the Waffle House and every time I see you, like just go for it.
You know, how many Missies do you think work at a Waffle House?
I mean,
like Waffle House to Missy ratio's got to be what, like
it's probably high. I'm gonna say high.
Like for every one Waffle House, there's like 3 Missies that work there.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right. Here we go. Okay, I'm going digging into my list. I've got some good ones here. Let's see. Amanda, I drove 45 minutes while it was snowing to see you for our Tinder date. You were a complete weirdo. You were a complete weirdo, but also nice enough that I figured I'd go through with the date. Your house was really cool, too. I sold you reefer. You said you would PayPal me. I even saw you type in my info. Then, while we were mid-conversation, you fucking bit me. Not in a sexy way. Just fucking rawr. And the rawr is in quotes. The raw's in quotes.
I feel like she's like typing his info. It's like, oh, I got a PayPal. And it's like inefficient funds. And she's like, damn it.
Just fucking rawr. Bit me on the arm while I was talking.
She's got a hold of his arm. She's like, are you into this? Do I need to draw more blood?
I knew it was time to bail. So at this point, he's like, yeah, you know what? I knew it was time to bail. So I texted my friend telling him to fake having a flat tire on the side of the highway so I'd have an excuse to leave.
He's like trying to shake her off his arm or his leg, trying to text his buddy. Sit. No. Sprays her with water. No.
You stop it. I gotta go change a flat tire. I'll just chase the car. We got more. Okay. So, flat tire on the side of the highway, so I'd have an excuse to leave. You never PayPal'd me, Amanda. You blocked my number, Amanda. You owe me $80 for disco spinach, Amanda.
Disco spinach. And now I have rabies, Amanda.
All I know about you is your address. So sometimes when spam mail things ask for me to fill something out, I put your address, hoping your mailbox gets flooded with BS. If this sounds like you, reach out to me and we can settle this. I won't apologize for sending spam mail to your house.
You know, honestly, that's the best way to use a misconnection is if you get screwed over on money.
Like, look here, bitch.
Yeah. You were in the wrong. I was in the wrong. Let's just settle this.
We were going on a Tinder date, and I sold you weed, and you fucking bit me.
Wouldn't you go through the date first before you sold the weed?
I guess it depends on how much. Maybe you don't have the money for the date.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe that's why she bit him. She's like, this PayPal's not working. He's like, do you have any like frozen pizza? Well, you want to stay in? She's like, I don't have any food and I'm starving.
She's probably like, oh shit, like this guy doesn't have any money and I just want him to go away.
That'd do it.
You never PayPal'd me. You blocked my number. You owe me $80 for disco spinach.
You know, probably the trick's on him. She's like, this wasn't even my fucking house.
Oh, so great. So what do you think? Do you think Amanda ever messaged him back? And was like, bitch, you were the fucking weirdo. I bit you so you'd leave.
Probably, because she probably got upset that he called her a weirdo. It's like, I'm not a weirdo.
Yeah.
Come over here. Arr. I wonder what her roar was like. Do you think it was a long roar? Like a roar?
I don't know, but it does have the roar in quotes. So do you are you asking if it was like a roar or if it was like a row?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I don't know.
Or she was
I
just,
feel like that would definitely set the tone of whether or not you'd be super pissed.
Yeah, because it's kind of like rawr, and it's like a little nibble at first.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't need to PayPal me, but then she takes a chunk out of your flesh.
Yeah. If she's like, rawr, and then like fucking clamps down on it like a gator.
Do you think does it add more emphasis as she grabs the arm and bites it? Does he say where she bit him at?
I think it just bit on the arm.
Oh, okay. I was saying, because if you like just bite at it, that feels like one thing. If you grab it like a piece of chicken and go, arr!
Yeah, bit me on the arm while I was talking.
That's rude to even let him finish his sentence. Do you think he finished his sentence?
He's like, so that'll be $80. Let me just shit. Yeah, I don't know.
Can you take that in pesos? What's the weirdest date you've ever been on?
I don't know. I didn't really go on a lot of dates.
Yeah, it's kind of the same boat I am.
I did
never
have
really
I
had
did
too
have
many
the
weird ones.
random thing where I was at a nightclub and I had a girl randomly come up to me and start making out. Like that just happened.
Making out with you.
Yeah.
You sure it was a girl?
Yes.
Was she a plumber?
No.
Was she like?
But
"Hey,
she
you
was
look like
she
you-"
was holding a 5-gallon bucket of ice cream, so I figured
Oh.
I was safe.
You're like, and worth it.
Downside.
I usually go for chocolate, but vanilla.
I was gonna say downside. It was sherbet. I know, right? Shawn, we have a misconnection here, and this one happened at Disney World.
Oh, this is gonna get weird quick.
I mean, you don't know that. Don't.
You were with your husband and 6 kids.
I bit you on the arm, and you didn't even acknowledge me.
As the police were pulling me away, you said, "That's him, officer."
You were the tall brunette with a near perfect body that farted in the yellow line last night.
How do you know she farted?
I was the tall guy next to you that looked over and asked, "Was that you?"
You know what? If they do get this connection, they're going to be married for a long time.
You quickly replied, "No, it wasn't me." You almost seemed insulted, I would ask. As the stench grew, you continued to deny your flatulence, but it was evident. I tried to get rid of the stench by waving 2 park maps.
This is outside.
You proceeded to storm off in an angry manner. You're beautiful. And even if you are a liar and fart like a Clydesdale, I'd love to meet up.
Well, maybe she has a healthy digestive system. Better out than in, I always say. Have you ever done that? Been like somewhere
on their
outside
wedding day? Spoiler alert, it was me.
Have you ever been outside somewhere and you let one loose because you're outside and it just hovers?
I mean, yes, but luckily I'm by myself usually.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Sometimes I forget I'm with people and I go, and somebody's like, "What the hell is that?" I think something just
I
died.
100% will blame the dog if I'm in the house, though.
Oh, with the kid now, it's great.
Yeah.
Because he farts all the time anyway. And he'll, like, we were at the grocery store and, like, you smell it. Like, did you fart? He's like, no. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, you did.
I mean, no, I agree with what you're saying. Like, if they do end up meeting up, then they'll probably be married for like 55 years.
Yeah, I've always said, like, in a relationship, once you break that seal of farting, like, your relationship reaches a whole new level.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because when you're dating and, like, you're not farting, like, you go
Although
out to
I
eat,
will say this, Shawn, I've been married. It'll be 19 years in August. I still refuse to go to the bathroom if she's in the bathroom.
1 or 2?
2.
Oh, okay. We kind of broke that too. We're pretty open about
I can't do it.
We couldn't at first, but it was one of those things. I think a couple emergencies happened. It's like, all right, you've seen me at my worst, so whatever.
I mean,
This is
okay,
happening.
like, I'm sure it has happened. Like, I can't think of any specific time when it's happened. I'm sure it has happened, but I make a point for it not to happen.
The worst thing, since Tiff and I are more open, like, I'll be showering and she'll come in. And, like, with women, you can't tell, like, if they're just going pee-pee or poo-poo or both.
Yeah.
And so I'll shut my shower off if she's still in there, and I'll get out and I'll start drying off. But when you open that curtain, you're just like, oh, good God.
Yeah.
They'd smile at you like, oh, yeah, I'm pooping. So then you got that, like, steam and fecal matter.
Stop.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's rough.
I don't like anything you just said.
What was I going to say? Oh, but when you break that seal of farting, because you know when you're dating, like, you go over to one of the person's house, and you don't fart, so you're sitting there and your stomach just starts gurgling.
That's when you just go to the bathroom.
Well, yeah, but that like leaches back into the room with you, trails you. So then you leave and you get to your car, like as she shuts the door of her house, or you drop her off, like you're walking to your car going, and you get in your car, you sit down, and you just go, you're like, oh God, I think I just lost a pound of air.
That is
Best
nice.
farts ever. Yeah.
That is nice. The title to this one is Looking for the Woman I Met at the Blood Drive in the Scranton Business Park.
Sign Dracula.
I'm a doctor. My name is Dr. Acula. I was depressed because it was the first Valentine's Day since I broke up with my HR representative girlfriend. Why are you specifying that they're an HR representative?
That's probably not a good thing. It's like, well, who broke up with who? Well, she dumped me. Well, technically, she fired me. I'm not allowed to go 500 feet from my previous job.
Yeah. She dumped me, but apparently I'm still eligible for the health insurance.
Yeah. I feel like that's more of a harassment scenario.
Yeah.
Like, you guys weren't dating. You just got fired, and now you have harassment tied to you. You need to go to a meeting.
I met you in the van that we were donating blood in. So this guy, it's Valentine's Day. He's single. He apparently had recently broken up with his HR representative girlfriend, and he's now in a van during a blood drive.
This sounds like a Will Bettenheim Joe from You. I just saw you tied up giving blood. You said, "Oh!" I knew then we were meant to be.
You said you couldn't talk because you were nervous, but then you didn't stop talking. I told you I felt like a human juice box. What
the hell does that mean?
Well, because he's getting blood drawn.
Oh. Yeah.
I told you that I felt like a human juice box. Hawaiian blood punch with a blood type of ocean spray.
You know what? This guy's got a podcast.
Brava, good sir. We both finished.
Don't brava that. That's not that good.
We both finished at the same time. Parentheses. That's what she said. Close parentheses. And I wanted to talk more, but I hadn't eaten anything and passed out from the blood loss.
Should have had the orange juice.
When I came to, you were gone. I was disappointed, but I found the glove you left behind. I was hoping you would come back for it, so I took it with me.
I've been by the van for 17 weeks.
I went back upstairs to my office and had the idea to throw a lonely singles party. I thought,
oh God, he jerked off.
I thought maybe you'd come. So I grabbed my best salesman in my office and printer flyers, which also advertised you're missing. I thought I would cure my loneliness by having Cupid's sparrow fly. Someone would take Cupid's sparrow the heart. When my
Is it really Cupid's sparrow?
I don't.
Because
I think it's
like
arrow.
one of the most ugly birds. Oh, he just can't spell.
I think, yeah. When my party started, my salesman met a great lady, and they struck up a conversation about how much paper she uses. He seemed to like that. My accountant met someone at the party, too.
You know what? He's like, fuck trees.
It was good for him. It was good for the accountant since his fiance recently left him. I think he even asked if she was on email.
You know what? If you're going to lose a lady at the fiance stage is probably ideal. It's going to save you money in the long run.
I was pretty sad you didn't show up to the party, so I decided to let my staff go home early. For the first time in forever, they didn't want me to be sad, so they hung out with me. Some party stragglers showed up, though, and I had to throw her out. What a lame-o. Anyway, I hope you see this and connect. So
I don't know if this is a missing connection
I feel like
or a
this is
blog
pulled
post.
straight. I feel like this is pulled straight from The Office.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Sounds like a good blog post.
Yeah. This guy has a podcast. I completely
Cupid
agree.
Sparrow. That's what the title of it is Cupid Sparrow.
Cupid Sparrow.
Hey, listen, I'm DTF. I'll bring you all the food you want.
Okay. This is a very long one. I was visiting the apartment block of a friend of mine in Sydney when I overheard
Australia.
Yeah, yeah. When I overheard some people talking outside the entrance of the building. A group of 3 young men were talking about the elevator game, a common horror game / story / challenge I've seen around and read here before. Although I do not, surprisingly, know the entire game by heart, there is a notable step in the game. On the 5th floor, a young woman who is not who she seems walks in, supposedly signifying that the ritual is working. I, being a young woman, thought it would be funny if I played the part of said person. So before they entered the lobby, I ran into one of the elevators, went to the 5th floor, and waited. It took longer than I expected, with a couple false alarms, but eventually the elevator did stop at the 5th floor with 3 guys inside, one of which was holding a camera. I stepped into the elevator, and the looks on their faces were priceless. It took me all the skills I'd learned in my awful high school drama class not to immediately burst out laughing. They looked like they'd seen a trio of meerkats, which apparently is a thing, I don't know. An entire family of deer caught in my headlights. Being a tiny lass, I'd never seen such a concentrated fear directed at my presence. In summary, it was dope.
So what's the elevator game? Do you know what that is?
I have no idea what the elevator game is.
All right, so I looked up, because I assumed you might know what it is, but this is just the like the quick Google search. It says the elevator game can purportedly grant you access to other dimensions, making bad things likely to happen if played incorrectly.
Oh.
However, if the elevator obeys and begins descending to the 1st floor, the player must exit the elevator and the building as quickly as possible and not for any reason look back.
Okay.
It's called Elevator to Another World is another name for it.
I had no idea this existed. Well, now I feel like we should try it.
This sounds more like a I'm going to save this for Halloween. Cuz this sounds more like a Ouija board type stuff.
Oh, see, you ruined it. I was all fine and you just ruined it.
Well, other dimensions and stuff is like, I don't play that game. I'd much rather learn plumbing than that.
She also says, but I had a role to play and did recall something about not talking to the woman on the elevator in the original story. So naturally, I asked in a pleasant tone, "Isn't it a lovely evening?" And I have never heard such a satisfyingly tense silence. After a couple of moments, the elevator sitting at the 5th floor, one of them hesitantly reaches their hand forward to press the button for the 1st. The elevator began to creep down to the 1st floor as expected, but just before the doors open, I decided to try interacting one more time. I singled out the one to my left with the camera and asked, "Where are you going?" He did not reply. Instead, he looked straight ahead with glassy eyes, angled the camera towards me with his shaking hands, and absolutely booked it out of the elevator. The other guys quickly power walked out to follow, and I figured following them would ruin my now cryptic image, so I pressed the button for the 11th floor and began my ascent. Obviously, I'm partially sharing the story to brag, as I'm disproportionately proud of it, but I also know that one of the guys was recording, and that means somewhere out there there's footage of one of my proudest moments. So if you guys are out there, sorry. And if any of you see a video you believe to be the one, please provide me with the link.
So I wonder, is it like if you're going up and you hit a floor and it changes directions?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's creepy. I don't like messing with like hotels are scary enough as is. Or if you go to like, there's a bunch of Union stations around the country, like Denver has one, and a lot of them have like hotels, like old hotels in them. Ugh.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Very creepy. I got another one. This is a short one. The year was 1998. We were on the Tornadoes baseball team in Broomfield, Colorado. I was on second base after being up to bat, and I watched you take my baseball glove and put it in your bag. I know we were six, but you I know we were six, but you're a dick. I hope you see this, you little glove-stealing 6-year-old dick.
Now that is what misconnection should be for.
Get fucked.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I know that you know that I know you stole my shit. I just want to let you know, fuck you.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Let's see. Okay. You were just talking about Target. This one is titled To the Random Guy at Target. A feget years ago,
Target, if you're sophisticated.
El Target.
Or if you're a stay-at-home mom.
Le Target. A few years ago, I was at a Target in Austin, Texas. I was in a full suit for a competition, and my tummy started rumbling. So I'm in the stall at the front of the store, and a father walks in with his 5-year-old son. I was using the stall right next to the urinals, and the father took the one next to me. I think he was wearing DCs or something, which I'm guessing is the shoes.
I would assume, because I hope that's the only. It's not like he pokes his head and it's like, "Hey, got any ice cream?"
Plumbing here, I mean, right? The kiddo mutters something.
Are you my DTF order? Like, are you the guy bringing it?
The kiddo mutters something after they're both done, and the father hushes him, probably a comment on various sounds being made. As they leave, and before the door closes, the dude says, "I can hear you pooping."
The kid says that?
No, the guy says that. The dad says that.
That's kind of immature.
I know. Imagine if you're the guy in the stall. Like, does that not just like instantly fill you with dread?
Although I kind of want to do that now. Like anytime I go somewhere at the bathroom, just open the door, be like, "I hear you pooping," and walk out.
You're an ass.
Man, there is nothing worse than trying to hide your diarrhea in a public restroom.
I was mortified and emboldened to say something to this guy. I finish up and start walking around the store, and then I see them. Just a young boy and a mother at first. As I continued, I noticed the same shoes, and I say to him, "Hey man, nice shoes." He didn't hear me, but the mother for sure did. She pivots and tells the father what I just said. The last I saw of this man was him looking at me, looking at my shoes, and then grinning at me as I walked away.
I mean, he kind of Sherlock Holmes did, but I'm not sure if he won in the end on it.
Yeah, not really. Like, I figured you'd, like be like, "Hey, motherfucker.
You ruined my poop."
You ruined my poop. Yeah, exactly. You son of a bitch.
You got one more for us to end up on?
Yeah, I got one more. I saw you shoplifting in the vial aisle of Whole Foods. You were probably 5'7" and wrapped up in a scarf, but obviously really cute. I was also stealing shit. And I felt like we had a mutual understanding of each other. A kind of silently empathetic attraction.
It's because I was stealing something and you were stealing my heart.
We kind of scanned the store at a similar pace. I kept skipping aisles to avoid stealing fancy honey and soap in the same aisle as you. Anyway, sorry I snitched on misconnections, but I'd love to make you dinner sometime with some things we can't afford.
Aw. That's kind of cute.
Right?
He's like, "Hey, on my DTF, it's just going to say made to order."
Yeah.
Well, Richard, hopefully some of the people that are in these are listening and we can get them connected. If not, we got some laughs.
Yeah.
And if not,
There's probably going to be like a lot of emails going back and forth and be like, "Fuck you, that was my glove."
But you know what? We've also come up with a brand new dating app.
Yes.
That
trademark Richard and Shawn, because I think that's a great idea.
It is a good idea. Not only feeds the heart and the soul, but feeds the tummy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. So, Richard, as we are landing this trip, what's some Richard's closing thoughts?
A misconnection does not have to be a misconnection forever.
Oh, I like that. That's kind of sweet.
Yeah. I know, right?
All right. Well, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Visit our website. We're at languageofbromance.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at languageofbro. Email us at bros@languageofbromance.com. Like us on Facebook and go out to our Patreon account if you want to throw a little bit of cash money in our jar. Helps us pay for hosting and all that fun stuff so it doesn't have to come out of our pockets. And remember, we are part of the Pod Bros Network.
The podcast network that you never want to have a misconnection with.
Oh, I never shared this story. John and I actually had a misconnection. That's why we joined Pod Bros.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, hey, fucker, stop bugging me and just join the podcast network.
He's like, and bring ice cream.
Hey, do you guys know anything about plumbing? All right. Well, is there anything else before I close her out?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, that's all the bromance we have for this show. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Richard.
And remember, don't be a why.
Be a why
not.
Give me some ice cream. Looking for twinks with food.